What's up, guys? Welcome into Tarot Tuesdays, or perhaps I should say Thugged Out Tarot Tuesdays, because the leader of the free world now a convicted felon. I don't really hate on that too much because, well, say, if you don't catch a federal indictment by the time you're 30, what are you doing with your life? It's actually crazy. Last time we were here, last Tarot Tuesday, last Tuesday, we did the pendulum reading and it incorrectly predicted Kamala as the winner. Anyways, it almost doesn't even feel like it's been a week. It feels like it's been a month since then. Wow, what a busy week I had. So we really got into last week. The overall message was to live with intention and to put intention in everything that you are doing. So I hope that went well for everyone. I just want to go ahead and get a pull from my deck, Healing the Chakras, and find out where is the main focus we need to put our energy into for this upcoming week. And then we'll go ahead and do an affirmation sound bath, and we're actually going to brew some tea. Tarot and Tea Tuesdays. Tarot tea time, actually, is what I called it. I actually have this really cool teapot and these flowers, and it like opens the flower up. So I think I'm going to let it steep while we do the reading. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, where does the collective need to focus our energy? For the upcoming week, what's going on this week? Okay, so today is Tuesday, the 12th. Yesterday was the 11/11 portal, okay? And I kept getting a lot of messages as far as manifestation and setting your foundation and your environment. So pulling that in with the collective message from last week as far as setting your intention would be intentional with your environment. Now I do have some channel messages for this week too, but overall, creating from the heart, and there's a lot of like recognizing the journey that you've been on so far. Maybe even the journey since last week, right? I feel like it's been a crazy week. Anyways, let's find out where we need to focus our energy for the week. Okay, where do we need to focus our energy for the week? Okay, so we've actually got 3 of them. So starting from the bottom up, we've got the sacral chakra. I create a harmonious and fertile environment for my seeds of creation to be planted and fruitfully grow in. We've got the solar plexus chakra. I have the willpower to step into my full personal power, and I empower myself to take control of my own life. It's my responsibility, and I confidently take accountability for it. And then we've lastly got the third eye chakra. I see that clarity comes to me easily when I take the time to pause and watch the vision within. This helps me get clear on what I need to focus on. Okay, so that's the overall energy that we need to focus on this week. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and pause, and I'm just going to adjust the lights. I actually have it set to the throat chakra color. One moment. Okay, there we go. That's better. I've got it changed to the third eye chakra. That seems most important, so that way we can have some sort of vision, intention, right? I'm just going to go ahead and clear the energy in here. I invite you to set your intention right now for the affirmation sound bath I'll be doing with these affirmations. And to just allow the selenite to clear away any unwanted energies that you have that you can release, that you don't need to bring into this space. I'm actually going to use 2 towers today. This one is a lemon calcite, which will be really helpful for the solar plexus chakra. And then we've got lapis lazuli, which is just excellent for the third eye chakra. And this will just help alchemize these energies for the week. This lemon calcite, it's very action-driven confidence, right? Self-worth, willpower. What was our affirmation again? I have the willpower to step into my full personal power, and I empower myself to take control of my own life. It's my responsibility, and I confidently take accountability for that. Love that. Doesn't everybody just love accountability? Yes? Listen, I just want everybody to know that I wrote this, okay? Accountability is important. It's important to own up to your own stuff. Whether it's the good or the bad. If it's yours, that means that you have control over it, right? You have the willpower to step into your full personal power. And that includes being accountable. And this may help you see where it is that you need to be seeing, focusing, that accountability, right? I really love lapis lazuli. Sometimes if I'm not balanced enough, it'll give me a third eye headache. This one, when I first got it, I had to hide this one. It was so powerful. It took me a while to alchemize to it. Now I keep it on my altar. It's very helpful. Anywho, we will have these assist us in our reading today. Let's go ahead and get into our affirmation sound bath. I'm just going to pause so I know my timestamp work. Make my life a little easier, you know? Anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Tibetan sound bowls. I'm actually going to do a 7 chakra cleanse and activation, and then we're going to focus in on the 3 highlighted chakras and do it for a little bit longer. It'll probably be about 5 minutes or so, and I'm going to be whispering these nice affirmations during it too. It's called an affirmation sound bath. It's quite enjoyable. I encourage you to sit back, relax, and meditate for a little bit to set your intention for this reading and what you need to know for the week. If you're not interested in that, skip this part. Sound healing is good for you though. It's good for your mind, body, your soul. It's good to help alchemize your cells in your body and the frequencies in which all of the cells are receiving through sound waves. Very healing stuff. Love it. But I think it's pretty obvious to tell that I'm really into sound healing if you think of and make an affirmation deck, which affirmations are a form of sound healing, I think, no? Your words have power, right? Now, I think it's important for everyone to know that your words And the affirmations that you say and that you speak and that you listen to are so powerful, especially when you're doing it on like a repetition or in a meditation, and you're allowing it to actually come into your subconscious mind, because it's actually what will help program it in a more efficient way. You got to think of all of the stimulus that you allowed into your environment. You know, when you were a child, you weren't necessarily in control of that, and it programmed you to be essentially who you are today. And unless you've actively made any changes to reparent or reprogram, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, self-improvement work, shadow work, okay, there's a million names, but unless you've done any of that active work to actually do that, you just have stuff running, programs running in the background of your mind. So affirmations and sound healing is a really powerful way to put in stuff that's more beneficial for you. Anyways, enjoy. create a harmonious and fertile environment for my seeds of creation to be planted and fruitfully grow in. I create a harmonious and fertile environment for my seeds of creation to be planted and fruitfully grow in. I create a harmonious and fertile environment for my seeds of creation to be planted and fruitfully grow in. I create a harmonious and fertile environment for my seeds of creation to be planted and fruitfully grow in. I create a harmonious and fertile environment for my seeds of creation to be planted and fruitfully grow in. It's helpful to imagine a bright yellow light in your solar plexus chakra, which is located just below the rib cage. I have the willpower to step into my full personal power, and I empower myself to take control of my own life. It's my responsibility, and I confidently take accountability for it. I have the willpower to step into my full personal power, and I empower myself to take control of my own life. It's my responsibility, and I confidently take accountability for it. I have the willpower to step into my full personal power, and I empower myself to take control of my own life. It's my responsibility, and I confidently take accountability for it. I have the willpower to step into my full personal power, and I empower myself to take control of my own life. It's my responsibility, and I confidently take accountability for it. I have the willpower to step into my full personal power, and I empower myself to take control of my own life. It's my responsibility, and I confidently take accountability for it. I see that clarity comes to me easily when I take the time to pause and watch the vision within. This helps me get clear on what I need to focus on. I see that clarity. Oh no, I'm actually not sure how much of that it caught. I don't even know if I got the whole sound bath. Apparently need to clear up some memory so I can do the whole reading. Anyways, what our affirmation cards are really suggesting to us this week, and definitely something to keep in mind with the collective messages last week, as far as our environment and being intentional with what is in our environment, right? So this week you're being encouraged to make sure that your environment is harmonious and it's fertile ground. So when you are planting these seeds, these manifestations that you're wanting to bring in, they can actually come into fruition. Like, they're supported. They have all of the right conditions, right? You got to think your soil is nutrients, you're getting just enough water, just enough sunlight. The conditions are right. Make sure that the conditions are right in your life this week. Now, I want you to know that you do have the willpower to step into your full personal power. So something along the lines of like a call my power back ritual, stuff like that can be really helpful. Especially, we just had the 1111 portal yesterday. That energy will carry on through for a little bit. So that can definitely be helpful. Soul retrievals, all sorts of stuff like that. Shamanic healing can help you call your power back. But if you're not being called to go about it so intensely, know that it's not something that you have to, but at bare minimum, to know that it is your life and you're the only one who can take accountability for it. Nobody is going to do it for you. So you have to take control of your life, right? And you want to confidently take accountability for it. Own up to what it is you need to do and handle it, okay? I know sometimes it can be difficult. However, it's absolutely necessary, okay? It's absolutely necessary. All right, and I see that clarity comes to me easily when I take the time to pause and watch the vision within. This helps me get clear on what I need to focus on. So are you aware of what areas in your life that you need to take power and control back, or what stuff in your environment you need to make sure is a condition that might need correcting? For example, like if you were gardening outside and it was wintertime, do you have to build a greenhouse in order to keep your crops alive, right? Whatever it is to you, make sure that you're taking the time to pause and just focus and listen to that inner voice and focus on that vision within. And that's going to help you get clear on what it is you actually need to do and what action steps you need to be taking. So think about the third eye is sight. So you have to know where you're going, right? And you have to know what action you're taking. So the solar plexus is all about action. What action you're taking for what it is that you are creating. So you're, there's like an insane rumbling outside. Your sacral chakra is your creation center, right? So what is it that you're birthing and creating? Where do you need to direct this energy into the creation? So that inner sight is really going to help you this week. All right, let's go ahead and get into the actual tarot reading, and we'll pour some tea. All right, now we've got some memory cleared up, we can get an actual reading done. Let's go ahead and pour some tea here. Pour some tea. This cute little teapot, and these are flowering ones, and I figured it would just be so pretty to watch while I do the reading. Let's make sure you guys can see all your crystals. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. There's actually a few different kinds in here. I'm not sure which one. What? Let's. Let's go with this one. Don't mind the kids in the background. case you can't tell, I'm not only dressed like a stay-at-home mom, I am one. My husband's home, I promise. Anyways. If I can get this open. Sorry, ASMR. Sorry. All right. Although I'm sure it can't be much worse than my my pinging. I'm getting better with the sound bowls, though. I really am. All right. Let's place it in. Little flower teapot. I really like tea. And I've actually had this for like over a year now, and I haven't used it. Almost a year. I got it for Christmas. We are nearing the season. I wonder if you guys are going to be able to see it really good from right there. We might need to move it right there. That's all right. Right here. Let's see. Let's watch it bloom out. I let this water cool down a little bit because I was a little nervous to put it directly in. As you can imagine. Oh, look at it spinning. Because I didn't want the glass to bust. Even though it says boiling water. Until leaves have fully opened, 3 to 4 minutes. Swirl tea. You guys can't even see it. It just looks like a bobby wave. Okay. Tell you what, we're going to put her right there, where the light's a little illuminated on it. I'm just going to let that seep. I'm actually kind of excited to try it. All right, let's get into it. So, this week what came through while I was meditating is creating from the heart. So that is essentially our main focus. Now that would make a lot of sense for our sacral chakra. And to be able to create from the heart, you have to have a harmonious environment for your seeds to be planted in, okay? Or heart-based creations may not be able to take root, especially in this sometimes cold and cruel and ugly world, right? Sometimes heart-based things are difficult if you don't have the right nurturing spot for it, okay? What else do I have? So I wrote down that I'm so proud of myself for how far I've come and to be grateful for your journey. Be grateful for the brave steps that past you took so that you can be where you are today. I was thinking about some of like my past social media content and stuff like that. You could resonate with that if you're like a content creator or a reader, or even if you like look back on like Facebook memories or anything like that, right? And I wrote down, you might look back and cringe and think, gee, I was so awful. I should have done this instead. But now you know that you can do it differently. And you did the best that you could in the moment, and you took that brave step. So there's a beauty with being able to criticize yourself and say, oh, I should have did that instead. But it's like, yeah, but you still did it, right? You were still brave enough to do it. And now you have those experience points that you can actually go back and be like, hey, I should do this instead, okay? You learn from experience, and that's really the most valuable thing, obviously. So now you are where you are because past you took the steps that you took to be where you are today. Be grateful to your past self and the lessons that they learned. And your future self will be grateful to the lessons that you're learning now. I always think that too. Like anytime, I heard it a while ago, and it's like anytime you're doing something, I think the very first time I ever heard about it. It was on like a reel or a TikTok, and the girl was like talking about drinking and being hungover, right? And it was like talking about her being drunk and drinking water while she's drunk. And it's like, the future you will thank you. It's like the same concept, but in your everyday lives and environment, okay? Harmonious, fertile environment. So what are you doing to nurture that at this point in time? What steps are you taking, and what are you taking accountability for at this time, right? What are you taking accountability for? Look at this, it's starting to open up a little bit. Just like this reading. Okay, the future you is going to thank you for the steps that you are taking, because what you did yesterday was brave, and what you did today is brave, and what you're going to do tomorrow is brave. Okay, sometimes we have to have courage to do things that sometimes seem daunting, right? Anyways, I'm just cleaning up this area just a wee bit here. Today we're going to pull from the Wild Woman Oracle, and as well as my daily affirmations from Cheryl Richardson. And then these two are actually my decks here. This is just the basic Rider-Waite, and then my Healing the Chakras deck. If you're interested in my stuff, my link tree has it, and you can order it there. But let's go ahead and just get into the reading here. I just want to cleanse everything out with some smoke and some sound. So brace yourself for a nice loud ping. Probably 3, because why not? So creating from the heart, huh? That is the main focus of our reading. Creating from the heart. I wonder if I let the water cool down too much, if I had to be more boiling. I'm just impatient. Creating from the heart. Okay, what do I need to know about creating from the heart? Let's go ahead and pull a Wild Woman Oracle. What do we need to know about creating from the heart this week? What do we need to know about creating from the heart this week? And about being grateful for our journey, being grateful that we might have the ability to create from the heart, right? Because that in itself is really such a blessing. And if you have the ability to create something from your heart, that's a beautiful blessing. And, you know, I want to tell you something else more beautiful, is that everybody has the ability to create from the heart. It doesn't matter if you're down and trodden and you don't even have $1 to your name. You can still create something from your heart. You can write, you can sing, you can... what's that song? Making love out of nothing at all? I don't know, that just popped in my head. Making love from nothing at all. That card that just got left on the table was Medusa. That could be relevant to somebody. I'm not going to do it though, because I'm not done shuffling. Creating from the heart. What do we need to know about creating from the heart? Sorry these readings are so long. I kind of don't like pulling cards ahead of time or anything. I just like everybody to see the process. So I don't know. I feel like the energy of like the co-creation is so much better, right? Because while I'm shuffling the cards, you get to see me shuffling the cards. You can focus, put your intention in on it. And I encourage you to do so. And I encourage you to look at the cards and use your own intuition and interpret your own meanings. You never know. I could read a card one way and you might read it another way. I don't know. I'm, not you. So I do encourage you to take what resonates. Remember that they are collective readings. But I am here to uplift and inspire and help guide you for the week. And I've recently made the decision that I'm going to commit to doing Tarot Tuesday every week. So I hope somebody finds value in it. I know I do. I like looking back on past readings, and they actually really help me. And it's such an outlet for me. I really I enjoy doing this so much. And I really love weekly messages. And I think it's time that I start putting out weekly messages. And well, to be completely honest with you, I've got a nice fertile environment to plant this seed into. I planted it a while ago, and now I've got the willpower to take control of it. Okay, I'm going to be determined enough to do it every Tuesday. I'm going to commit to it, starting last Tuesday. And I've got the vision to see it, and the willpower to see it through. Anastasia, self-discovery. Yes, it will be a journey of self-discovery, I'm sure. I actually love Anastasia. It was one of my favorite movies. Little Disney movies. If you don't know her story, she was a orphaned princess who later in life found out that she was royalty after living basically like a rags to riches story, right? But she was really a princess from the get-go, but her whole family disappeared in a very unfortunate way, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Anyways, let's see. What do we need to know about creating from the heart in our journey this week? Where do we need to focus? Weaver of the web of life, cooperation. Now, Weaver, personally to me, I think of Dream Weaver. So if you are a dream weaver, or you're somebody that does any active weaving, timeline weaving or anything like that, that could definitely be your sign that this is a very powerful week to do that. If that don't apply, you can go ahead and let that fly like this butterfly, okay? Weaver, the web of life, cooperation. And then at the bottom of the deck, we've got Freya, Lady of Love and War. And Freya is actually being depicted here as self-love. So the way to create the most fertile environment and to step into your full personal power is to weave a web of self-love is what I am picking up. Weaver of the web of life. And if you look at her, she's a wise woman, right? Cooperation. So do you just want to read from this guidebook? Because I actually really love this deck, by the way. I recommend it. It's right here. Cheyenne Zarote, Wild Woman Oracle. She goes into a lot of like the mythology behind it, and I just surely love it. Weaver of the web of life, cooperation. In which areas of my life, both in thought and deed, can I spin more webs of cooperation? The message is, wake up to the wisdom of the ancestors who taught of humanity great strength and creativity, yet simultaneously warned of its fragility and ultimate mortality. Our thoughts and creative energy have so often been used to spin webs of greed and competition, but Grandmother Spider reminds us that we also have the power to spin webs of generosity and cooperation. You have the power, the responsibility even, to honor the primordial feminine sustaining force within yourself, planet Earth, and the universe. This message, so deep. Anyways, obviously, if you are into weaving, that is a primordial thing to be into. So obviously take that as you will. But again, you know, right here, the main focus of the reading is creating from the heart. And, you know, for generations of time, like it says, it's been misused for greed and competition. But our thoughts and creative energy, you can use it to create from the heart. You can use it to create a better environment and place for not only you, but everyone around you, just by cultivating in that self-love, that self-accountability, okay? It is self-love to hold yourself accountable for your bullshit, for your intentions, for your passions, for your purpose, okay? For the ability to figure out what it is you need to be taking the action towards, what you need to be taking the accountability towards, and having that inner sight to go within. Let me actually read the rest of this card for you here. Grandmother Spider, or Spider Woman, is a prominent figure in the folklore of many Native American peoples. To the Hopi, she is the creator of the human race and all animals that walk, crawl, swim, and fly on earth. The Navajo believe she taught their people the art of weaving and agriculture and helped to defeat monsters. To the Ojibwe, she is known as Asika Kubash, who taught the women how to weave dream catchers, magical webs made of willow hoops and string to hang above their babies' cradles and trap nightmares. Symbolism. Spider Woman is usually depicted as an elderly woman, as many Native American societies are traditionally matrilineal, and the title grandmother is an honorific denoting a woman of great wisdom and knowledge. So Grandmother Spider, in many ways, a symbol of the feminine creative force and mode of leadership that promotes harmony and balance among all life forms, and emphasizing partnership, not dominance, and cooperation, not greed. Love that. Okay, let's go ahead and get a tarot for the week. Yeah, and I almost want to say that the grandmother energy I'm picking up on is your energy, right? This week. And it's like you are the head of your family. And it's like, when I think to my grandma, she's like the, last surviving member of her empire, right? She is like the head of the family because all of the men in her age, they've actually, passed on. So I'm being interpreted to it that you are who's taking power. You're the one that has all of this wisdom, right? And it's really owning, when you're thinking about it in indigenous beliefs, right? So she is the life giver, and we all have that essence inside of us. A lot of people call it the Holy Spirit. A lot of people call it the I am presence, right? It doesn't matter what it is. It's just important to know that you actually have that touch of divinity and primordial energy in you to use as you will, and you are able to direct your energy as needed. So be very intentional and create a place that's welcoming of love this week. An open, welcoming space. Like a grandmother's home, right? Like being welcomed at your grandmother's home. There's some home-cooked food. Maybe you're bringing her home-cooked food. Whatever it is, do you feel safe there? I would hope so, Look at this flower. Look at it opening up. I hope you guys can see it so well. The tea is starting to turn colors though. It's beautiful. Okay. Where do we need to focus our energy this week? So the World, the Knight of Cups, Knight of Pentacles, and the Six of Cups. So the Knight of Pentacles relates to me seeds that have been planted. Now with him being in reverse, I want to say that this is something that an action that you already took in the past. And the World card in reverse is that a cycle has actually already started. It's a loving cycle. It's like a small step that you have taken, a small seed that you have planted, right? These two knights, they've planted something and he's offering his cup of love. So you have already stepped onto this self-love journey and you're already trying to weave that into your existence. You are trying to create from the heart and have that open space. Yeah, the Ace of Wands in the reverse. The spark, you've already sparked and ignited it, right? So where do we need to focus this week? Our journey. Oh, okay. So you're being asked to recognize that you've actually already started the journey. You're very far on the journey. You've gained a lot of wisdom. So what is there to do now? Where it is that we're supposed to focus our energy now? The Ace of Swords. So I want to say in bringing through the truth and the clarity and the light to others, but you got to think of the swords as communication. Now, it's also, this hand is like coming from God, right? Grandmother God, right? They're essentially the same in this reading. It's like that inner presence, that inner I am presence already knows that inner wisdom, and you're being asked to communicate that out into the world. Communicate these seeds and these desires you've already planted. I hope this is resonating. I feel like I'm missing a chunk of the message. Let's pull from these cards and see what area of life we may be dealing with, because I think that that's important. Because I think that this could really go on just so many levels. So, I mean, what are we looking at this week? We had the 11/11 portal yesterday. On the 15th, we have a full moon in Taurus, which will be great for releasing. Also, right now at this exact time, it's the last time that Pluto is going to be in Capricorn for the next 20 years. Now, Capricorn is really all about planting the seeds, right? And he is the slowest. It's one of the slowest ones, slowest moving night. It's just, but most sustainable. You got to think of Capricorn energy. It is long-term stability, even more so than Taurus. But with the two energies complementing each other, those seeds that you're planting, they're going to traverse them for a long time. So that's absolutely important energy to work with this week, because as of the 19th, which will be this week, November 19th, it's going to be moving into Pluto. Pluto's going to be moving into Aquarius, bringing on the age of Aquarius and pulling us out of the age of Capricorn. But we learned a lot of knowledge and wisdom in Capricorn, and we've planted a lot of seeds. Now's the time to start taking action towards it, to start speaking your truth, to start educating, sharing your wisdom, your knowledge. You're already taken the steps, but you need to take accountability for it now, okay? That's what you're being encouraged to do this week. Okay, let's see what areas of life we need to focus on. What areas of life do we need to focus on this week? So we've got relationships. I surround myself with authentic and loving people who share my journey of personal growth and awakening. So make sure that the people in your environment are supportive of you. And then again, we've got relationships. I'm a master at setting boundaries that protect my time, energy, creativity, and emotional well-being. And then this card for me, it's actually the author's. The self card always represents to me to focus on yourself. I actually keep it in the deck for that exact reason. So if you are needing to set boundaries, cut people off to make sure that your environment stays fertile, feel free to leave the dead weight in Capricorn season, baby, Okay, then our next one, this butterfly actually popped up earlier and I made a joke about it. My life is a constant stream of miracles, universal. It's powerful. Okay, I just want to get a fortune. I'm gonna actually just kind of dump these out. I have it just filled to the brim. Okay, let's see. What do we need to know? Our tea. How lovely. It actually took a while. It's taking a while to bloom up. I think it's the hot water. It actually says that it's got like 2 or 3 blooms in it. So maybe it's only supposed to bloom just a little bit. It actually looks really cool magnified, but I'm not sure I can get the thing to look at it the right way. Anyways, without further ado, what fortune shall we bring to you? Two of them. Okay. Let your energy be used to build, not destroy. Oh my goodness, it's like basically the same thing she said. Be guided. Listen to the whispers of the universe, okay? So take the time, pause within, oh, right here. Inner peace creates peace in the world. Love that. So definitely today, this week, okay, focus your energy on creating from the heart, creating a harmonious place. You could consider yourself probably like a light worker, or one of the ones who are like responsible for helping ground in the energy of the earth. That could be something you transcribe to. Whatever it is that you do, make sure you do it with love this week. Yes, do everything with love and with love. I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next Tuesday. Ta-tink, tink, tink. I'm just kidding. I'm off now. So it finally opened up. I just wanted to show you guys. I think this is as good as it's getting here. That looks so beautiful right there. Kind of eerie. I think a really cool picture though.